Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? As you can see, I have used up quite a bit of the food that we had ready mixed in our feed mixer there. So we've only got one trailer load left, but if you take a look at the cows, we'll quickly go through here. You can see that I have pretty much filled them up. They could probably, I could put a little bit more in, but I'm not going to worry about that now. We need to get some straw in for them, and then that'll keep them going. I did say that today was going to be all about the animals. It's not going to be completely about the animals because we've got this great big mess of wood chips everywhere here. And I want to get them picked up and put out the way. Now, we've got a couple of little bits of tree stump lying around. And I don't think there's a lot that we can do about that. We've got these two little bits here. Not really sure. I think we'll just sort of drop them in a little pile somewhere off to the side. And we've got our wood chip storage here. Now, it's not the most realistic of storages, but it does have a huge quantity of wood chips stuffed inside it. So let's just go over here and have a look. 223,000 litres. Now, we're getting to the point where we're going to get the best prices for wood chips for selling. Now, I would like to get 500, and it's on pounds. This is no good. This is no good at all. I do apologise. It should be on kilometres, and it should be on euros. That's better. I realise that, yes, I know, and I do say this pretty much every week, I think, but I know that we're in Poland, and I know that Poland is not part of the euro, but Poland doesn't have dollars either, so we'll go for euro as that's the closest one, and we'll stick with that. So we have our cows here. Now I've got the gates open so that we can bring some straw in, and we're going to back the trailer straight in and do it that way rather than putting the bales in one at a time, because it's going to be a little bit faster. So we will just flick through our machinery over to here and our New Holland T8. Now I have put the front weight on, but I'm now thinking almost immediately that I'm going to regret that because I don't actually want the front weight at the moment. I have another task that we want to do with this one, and that we need the front linkage for that, so we can take this one off. There we go. Right, so that one is off, and if I just move this one around a little bit, we will first buy some hay and some straw. Now we need both in order to be able to fill up our straw and everything else that we've got down. Not placeables, we don't want placeables, we want pallets. There we go. So we're going to go to the buy bales mod, and I sincerely hope that this is included as standard for the game in FS19. That is one of my dear wishes, that we'll be able to just buy bales as standard when FS19 comes out, and it's not a mod or anything like that. We just go and do it, just without any hassle. Without any worries, we can just do it. Right, so straw bales we'll get, well, if we go, I'm just thinking how we should do this. I think we'll go for 2 lots of these, and we'll go for 1 lot of these, and I think we can put 24 bales onto our trailer. If I'm wrong, then it'll be less than that, obviously. Oh, I am wrong, because this is a slightly shorter trailer. The trailer that takes 24 bales has got the twin axle on the back. This doesn't have the twin axle on the back, so we are not going to be able to take all of them. So let's just go to F1 and make sure we've got square bales, so then we can press X to put it in the load position, and we load them all up just like that. There we go. Right, so we got half of the bales on, and that leaves us, actually that leaves, is that 7 bales? Why is it leaving behind 7 bales? That doesn't make any sense. 4? Yeah, that's leaving behind 7 bales. That's, hang on a minute. Look, we've got 8 bales here, 6 bales, 12, 18 bales. Now, we had 24 bales, didn't we? Because we bought 3 8s. And there are 7 bales left. There is a bale gone missing. We got 18 there, and we've got 7 here. So why have we got 7 bales here and 18 on the trailer? Okay, this is one of life's great mysteries now, because we seem to have grown a bale out of nothing. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. Yeah, okay. It's early in the morning, and I was counting 3 down here. I don't know why I was counting 3 down here. It's okay. Panic averted. We haven't grown an extra bale. Frith has just forgotten how to count, that's all. It's just a minor detail. We don't need to worry about it. Right, so we do need to unload onto the trailer. So we just press Y, that'll unload onto the trailers, hit drop down, and we can put straps on. Right, we're away. I think we may swap this trailer over and get a slightly bigger one on our return. So let's just put the beacons on and put the lights on. and we can head off up the road. So we'll first of all drive this straight past the feeder and see if it will auto load straight into the mixed feeder machine, so that we can it'll save a whole load of bale handling work. Now, we could do the bale handling and keep this ultra realistic, but you've seen me do lots of bale handling, and quite frankly it's a little bit dull to keep watching that over and over and over. So if we do it like this, it'll be a lot faster, we'll achieve the same goal, and we can keep things moving. I hope everybody's happy with that. That's kind of my approach nowadays to absolute realism, is we skip the bits that we've done lots of so that we can get to the more interesting stuff. I have run a test, and it does look like we're going to be able to plough on this map during the winter. Now, it might just be that if the ground actually reaches below freezing, that's when it stops us from doing it, but at the moment we can plough, so that's something that we're going to be doing a little bit later on. You just come over here and get turned around. I will read out the results of last week's question in just a minute. Just get spun round. Went a little bit fast then. It started to lean. It started to lean a little bit there, which is a little bit concerning. Let me just take a drink a minute, and then we can get this unloaded. Right, that's feeling a little bit better. And if we just take the straps off now, and then we will slowly inch forwards. So it should take bales of hay out the front here, and then straw in the middle. Now, how far? Oh, okay, it goes right the way out across the trailer, so it will actually take the whole lot, which is, to my mind, an absolutely spectacular feature, because that means that we don't have too much here. We don't end up with excessive... it's not that it's too much. We don't end up with the straw having to be here. We don't have to unload it here, or try to auto-unload it on top of there and end up all getting messy. No, what we've got is it will automatically take whatever bales we want it to, and then the remaining bales, we can go and use them elsewhere. And what we're going to try and do is get those in for the cows in a minute. So at the moment, that's got 30,000 litres. Straw is a maximum of 40,000. Grass is 55, and silage is 55. So silage is something that we're going to have to come down and top up in a little while. At the moment, we can't... straw will probably be able to take some more soon. We don't need to worry about that, because we do have some more bales at the top end, and we will get another load of those in a minute. So we just take these 2 bales of straw. Be interesting to see what... Actually, I'll tell you what. We'll just load these bales back on here. So if I just go X and load them like that, then press X again to stop it, press Y to unload, and put straps on. I suppose I could just left the straps on the back, but I never liked the idea of having a couple of bales at the back of the trailer and nothing at the front, because it could make it a little bit light, and these trailers are light enough on the front of them anyway, so it'd be more inclined to sort of... it's not the whole thing's going to drift, but as you drive along, this bit here... If you've got a bit of weight on the back, which is making these wheels very light, because obviously those bales at the back, they've got a lot of weight here on this area, which is going to be pushing down here, and is going to be making this lift up a bit. So it's going to be light on the front here, and so as you're driving along, your front wheels on here on the dolly will have a tendency to drift from side to side out behind the tractor, and they can actually start swaying from side to side. And I've seen this happen on tractors. I've seen it happen more on lorries going along the road with a when you've got a lorry and a drag behind it, and you do see this happening. You see this little drift going on, and it can be quite dangerous, because if it drifts out enough, it could cause some serious problems. So for that reason, I like to try to keep all the weight on top of the front axle to start with, at least. So you don't have to pile everything on the front axle, but at least get some weight on that front axle to keep it down on the road, and thus eliminate that sideways drift, because that could potentially cause a very serious accident, and you really don't want that on your conscience. Not at all. You just don't want that. Right. In order to get those wood chips picked up, we're going to pick up a nice shiny new machine here today, and I think we're actually going to buy it, because it's something that we're going to be using on a fairly regular basis, and it's also something that's very, very cool. I have used it before, and I will use it again. It's an awesome machine, and there will be a link provided in the description. So if I can just find it a minute. I think, actually, it's under miscellaneous. There we go. Miscellaneous. There we go. That one right there. This is the milling machine. Now, I did recently update it thanks to a viewer who told me that it had recently been updated. Now, we're supposed to do John Deere colours on this, aren't we? So we will go for the John Deere. And he told me that it had been updated. I didn't realise it had been updated because I hadn't been able to alter the spout in any way. And it was rather distressing to me. He informed me that a new update had come out for this particular item, and you could now alter the spout manually, so that when you're doing things like blowing snow, you didn't have to sort of keep playing around with a trailer in the background in order to try to get it to point in the right direction. Absolutely fantastic. Really pleased with the update, and it now works absolutely perfectly. Not to say that it didn't work perfectly, it actually did. I've not found a mob that I've sort of been happier with, really, but now it's just even better. Right, do I want to change this trailer now or not? I don't think I'll change the trailer now, but what I will do is I'll buy another stack of bales. We're going to buy some more hay, actually, because we've got some in the feeder, but I think we could do another stack of them. So if we get another stack of those for 8,300 euros, and there we go. So we've got another full stack there. We get these all loaded onto the trailer. So if I just... actually, I need to go to the back machine. There we go. And take the straps off. Then we put the bales into load position and start loading them all up. So we grab those, and we should grab those as well. There we go. Perfect. Right. Switch that one off. Unload onto the trailer. Put the straps on. And now we've got this huge, great big thing out in front of us, which is a little bit of a problem. It's a long way in front of us, but does it have... It's one thing I'm not sure about. You don't actually see any lights on it, but if I was to turn the hazard warning lights on, no, it doesn't actually give us hazard warning lights. But I mean, we'll have the hazard warning lights on anyway, because if we're driving up the road with this thing on the front, we definitely need to have some sort of alert system to warn the vehicles of what is advancing rapidly towards them. I really don't want that. Right, anyway, a question. I asked you a question last week. Did you want me to start playing, when we move to South America, to the Platinum Edition DLC map that will be released, do you want me to play that one on 1 times speed or 15 times speed? We won't be using seasons, and we'll be focusing to start with at least on... well, cows, because you all said that you wanted me to focus on cows, and we'll be focusing on sugarcane production. So we will have it set up so that we can do that. So obviously I will go into the map and I will make some tweaks to the first save game so that we've got extra land and we have things established the way that we want them, the way that we think that they need to be in order to get started. So I asked you 1 times speed or 15 times speed as we played, and it was a little bit of a quiet week last week. We only had 1,421 people answer that question, but of the 1,421 that answered, 341 said 15 times speed, and 1,080 people want me to play this on 1 times speed, and then fast forward to the next event. That does actually seem to be the most popular option. Most people seem to prefer that kind of approach to our Let's Play. So that is what we'll be doing for the next one. So if I just set that down a minute, and we take the PTO off and then unhitch, I'll back out carefully and swing round. Right, we want to turn round and we'll see what hay we can unload here, and then we need to try and get the straw into the shed for the cows so that they've got something to sleep on, which is going to be our next issue. So let's just move up here. I'll leave it until the last minute before I take the straps off. Right, here. I don't like having the straps on while it starts sort of auto unloading. It can cause you some serious lag problems if you're not like really careful with it. Right, so we've 2 more bales. So there's 2 bales on this trailer that haven't been taken, just 2. So if I move this one over here, I'm going to attempt to remove those 2 bales and just have them on standby, ready for the machine. So what I'll actually do is I will put them on the floor in front of the machine, just like that. So let's just take this one, and we'll start unloading these couple of bales. My question for next week, now, when we get to South America, the new map is going to feature... So I'm just getting my piece of paper. It's written down in... Right, it's Massey Ferguson. There are some tractors with Massey Ferguson. There are some case vehicles, and then Stara. Now, I've never heard of Stara before. This is a South American brand. It's quite popular, well, quite common in South America. I've never heard of it before, so I don't know if it's elsewhere in the world. I haven't actually gone and looked it up yet, which I suppose I should do, really. But I wanted to give you guys a chance before I went and looked it up and found out any other information about it. I wanted to give you guys a chance to tell me if you've heard about it and give me some personal experiences with Stara machinery. Now, have I pronounced that correctly? I don't even know if I've pronounced it correctly to start with. Stara it is, and that is the machines that are going to be available. So we've got, at the moment, we've got a tractor, there's a sprayer, and I think there's a couple of other little bits with it as well. And I'm looking forward to being able to try these out. They look really good, but they're all small to mid-range stuff. Everything seems small to mid-range, apart from the sprayers at the moment, and they seem a little bit bigger range, a little bit of bigger kind of machine. But that being said, most of it is small to medium. Now, I'm kind of thinking that most of you are, we've done the small scale farming, and we haven't really had a chance to do very much in the way of big scale farming. So a lot of you are wanting, especially going on the comments, more big scale stuff. So for the next series, I am really hoping we'll be able to do plenty of bigger scale farming, which means I need a brand of machine. Now, up until now, I've never actually committed completely to a brand of machine, but that is what I'm going to do. We're going to use all of the new DLC that we can feasibly use, and that does include the new combine that will be featured in it, which is quite an old looking combine, and it's small as well. So we will upgrade from that a bit later on, but we're not going to upgrade yet. We will be doing some other things first, and the first, top of the list for this, let me just put that one down there. We need a brand of machinery. We need something to use while we're doing all of our work, and in order to do that, right, I didn't need to do that. I want to unload onto the trailer. There we go. Right, now we can move these round and try and put them in for the cows. This is going to be the tricky bit. It's going to really test my driving skills, and it's going to test your ability to not look while I drive through the cows. It's going to absolutely test that. Because the cows have all accumulated here around the open gates and don't really want to move. So we are going to drive through the cows. Please ignore that. Pretend that it's not happening. And we're going to come over here and we're going to try to back the trailer right into the shed, hopefully so that it will unload. Now, I could just auto unload directly behind the trailer, but I'd like to try to put the trailer in as far as I can first before I start doing the auto unload, just to see if I can actually do this. So yeah, what brand of tractor would you like me to focus on when we get to South America? Now, I've given this a little bit of careful consideration, and I've decided that I'm going to offer, because I don't really know what brands are available in South America, because I don't know anything about agriculture in South America. I really don't. I've looked quite a bit at various farming techniques in Asia and across Europe and in States, Australia, and so on, because one is very similar to me and the other is completely different, and it fascinates me, the small-scale rice farming in Asia and other farming as well. So that is why I've looked at that quite a lot personally. So the South America has never really come into my research in any way, which, right, it doesn't look like it's going to auto unload off of this trailer with the shed. So we're going to try version 2, and we're going to do it like this. I'm going to stop there, I'm going to load it back onto the trailer, and then I'm going to go like this, and auto unload like that. Let's go back and go. Every single bale has just gone in, just like that. So let's just see how much we got in there. It's still not full. Crumbs. We'll get more straw another time. We've got enough now to last us for several days, so that will keep us going for a little while. We don't need to worry about that anymore. And excuse me, cows, just pretend I'm not here. There we go. Right. The animals are now good. The animals have got everything they need, so we can just close this gate up. So yes, I don't really know what brands are frequently used in the States. So in South America, sorry. But I'm assuming that it's much the same as a lot of the rest of the world. So you've got the big brands like New Holland, Case, Massey Ferguson, John Deere, and these are all going to be featured quite heavily. I would guess. I can't imagine any reason why they wouldn't be. And so with that in mind, I'm going to offer you a brand, and we will focus on that one. We will try to get all of our machines and all of our tractors, combines, everything we can from that one brand. That one brand will take priority, and then after we've bought that brand, if we need a tool that doesn't actually have a version from the brand selected available, we will then look elsewhere for something different. So the options are John Deere at the top. Now, I've hesitated to include John Deere for a very, very long time because opinions are very split on John Deere. It's very, very popular, but some people really don't like it. And it seems to be, it's kind of like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. And so the reason that I haven't included very much John Deere so far is because of the people that really don't like it. Because it's so many people use John Deere because it's so enormously popular. And the people that don't like it, it's not pleasant because it's John Deere wherever they go. It's all you see is John Deere. It's John Deere here, John Deere there. It's all John Deere, and don't like John Deere, so this is all we can see. So I have hesitated up until now, but I haven't actually included John Deere very much at all for any options anywhere. So I felt that it was probably about time. So John Deere is number one. And then the other four brands that you get to choose from are New Holland, Case, Massey Ferguson, and Deutz. I don't think that Deutz is particularly common over in the States, and so I'm assuming that because it's not common in the States, it's also not going to be common in South America either, but I don't really know. I've got no idea. Now, if we bring that one round, because there's a trailer nearby, it will auto line up to the trailer anyway, and then we can just start this thing up. This is an absolutely fantastic mod. This is absolutely brilliant. It's a milling machine. It will pick up anything on the floor in front of it and throw it into the trailer behind it. And so you can just go along like this and gather everything up. It doesn't actually turn anything into wood chips or anything like that, but it does gather up everything that's on the floor. Now, you may have seen the time-lapse. Some of you like the time-lapse, some of you don't. Those of you who did watch it, you will have seen me using this machine to blow snow everywhere quite recently, and it worked really, really well as a snow blower. I was really, really pleased with it, and the performance that we got from it, absolutely fantastic it was. So yes, I've been very, very pleased with this, and I'm delighted that I found it, and I'm also delighted that I've found out that there was an update for it so that we can now manually adjust the spouts, which we will be doing. We'll hopefully later this week we will be able to do a little bit of snow shoveling, well, snow blowing with this one. We'll travel up the road and blow the snow out the way and clear it, make sure it's all nice and clean. It's going to be great fun. It's awesome using this mod. I absolutely love using this thing. It's fantastic. I mean, look at that. I mean, we can turn that light off actually. There we go. And you can really see it. I like the animation on the front. It looks like it's actually doing something. It's grabbing hold of the product that you've got there, throwing it in behind you, and it's using the correct animation for the product that you're loading. If you've got snow in there, you see snow. If you've got wood chips going in there, you see wood chips in the front. You actually see them being churned in by all of those rotors. And that is something, it's well made. I mean, I think that kind of the first version of it that I had was kind of the beta version, and now we've got a more, an improved and better all-round version, and I really, really like it. It's fantastic. The only slight complaint that I've got with this mod is that it doesn't load the trailer completely, or not all trailers. Some trailers it will without any trouble, and this one seems to be one of those that it will. Some trailers, however, it doesn't load them completely. Right, I lift that one up like that. Yeah, it won't load them completely. It does actually stop at like 85%, and it is a little bit frustrating. It's just because of where it points into the trailer when it's loading, and there's not a great deal that you can do about it. But anyway, I got sidetracked, and I'm supposed to be asking you the weekly question. So yeah, when we get to South America, I will focus exclusive. I'm going to prioritize the DLC, the content of the DLC, so any machinery from the new DLC will get first priority. But after that, I will prioritize a brand of machinery across our entire farm. So we will have a fleet all from the same machines. So that fleet will be, excuse me a minute. Okay, yeah. So that fleet will be either John Deere, New Holland, Case, Massey Ferguson, or Deutz. It's your votes, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Do you want me to focus exclusively on a do you want me to, which brand do you want me to focus on exclusively? Do you want it to be John Deere? And it'll be John Deere. It's not just the tractors I'm talking about every type of machine that we can get for whichever brand you choose. So it'll be John Deere, it'll be New Holland, it will be Case, it will be Massey Ferguson, or it will be Deutz. Okay, so choose carefully, because whichever one you choose is the one that we'll be using for the entire series. And also, if there is any in particular that you don't want, please give reasoned arguments in the comment section as always, and see if you can't persuade everybody else to go for the same one that you're going for. I have seen so many times now the vote go very, very strongly one way at the beginning, and then comment section comes live with reasons as to why it shouldn't be doing that. And it does actually change. I've actually seen it change so that the most popular one at the end of the week is not the one that it looked like at the beginning of the week. So it is possible to change people's minds if you tread carefully and word it carefully. If, as always, you include a load of abusive language in your reasons for not using whichever machine or option, unfortunately your opinion will never actually see the light of day. It will just get filtered out. So yeah, use polite language and a reasoned argument, and your voice will be heard and could change the opinion of the masses. You've got the chance here. You've got the chance to use the power of reasoned arguments to change everybody's life for the better. Can you do it? Okay, we're going a bit too far with that, maybe. Right, that's actually filled all the way up, so we've got another one loaded. And I think one more trailer load will actually do it. We'll have cleared this away completely. We've got food loading up here. Let's just go and take a look. The thing is flashing up there. Does that mean it's full? Let's go and run up round here and take a quick look. No, it doesn't mean it's full. I think it just means it's... Oh, no, it doesn't mean it's running. It means that we're running low, does it? We've only got 700 litres of silage left, so that's almost out of silage. I need to finish doing the wood chips, and then we can go and load some silage. But I don't think that we can put silage into this trailer. I got a feeling that this one doesn't take silage. Let's just take a quick look in the shop, and we can find out. Because if it does, we can just load a load of silage in and back it up and use that. But I've got a feeling it doesn't take it. It does. That's silage. Yeah, that one. So we can put straw, silage, grass, wood chips, chaff, or hay into this trailer. We can't put manure in here, and we don't actually need to. I think we'll be able to get just about everything we want done with this trailer and this tractor. So we're going to be using the Case tomorrow. I've got another job lined up, ready for the Case, and that will be something that we do with it tomorrow. Let's unload that one there. And we'll go and get the rest. Actually, I won't get the rest of the wood chips. We will just load a little bit of the silage in here so you can see it working on the silage clamp as well. Absolutely brilliant. There we go. Get that Kron. I love this trailer. I really do. I'm quite a fan of Kron, and there are other people that are fans of Kron as well. Would like me to use it. You don't get a huge amount of Kron stuff. They're very specialized, but the stuff that they do make is very, very, very good. They are known for producing quality machinery. So we will try to use Kron a little bit more, I think, because I appreciate that quality, that drive for quality that the company has, that they do really focus on making their products the best that they possibly can. And that's something that I think is very admirable for any kind of company. I think it's something that more companies should focus on, the quality of product rather than quantity of product. There is quite often a lot of companies, when they're manufacturing, that they tend to focus more on quantity rather than quality, and it inevitably it spoils it, doesn't it? if they start to branch out too much, if they start to try to do too much, you do see a bit of a quality drop, and that's always a bit of a shame, especially for companies that are kind of exclusive. And I've always felt that Kron are they're like an exclusive type of company. You know that if you get something from Kron, it's going to be good. And the number of times that you hear about bad experiences with Kron and them not being a good company, I can't actually count any. I don't know of any instances of people having bad experiences with this company. So that's one of the reasons that I like them so much. Now, if we just back up, slightly annoying thing with this mod is you can hear the thing moving, the spout moving in the background with the trailer. If I just stop moving completely, it's still doing it. There, it stopped at last. As soon as you move, it starts adjusting itself, and it starts doing so really slowly, like that. You can hear that slight whining in the background. That's actually the spout adjusting itself. It's the same noise that you get for all loader arms and stuff like that, but it goes continuously whenever you're using this machine with a trailer behind it. It just runs without stop at any point, and it does get a little bit annoying sometimes, just that constant whining in the background. Other than that, I got no reason to think that this mod is not anything short of perfect, really. It's absolutely amazing. So let's just try unloading straight in. Try it there. And it's not, I mean, yes, it's probably not entirely realistic unloading like that, but I think it works. I think it's a good sort of feel for it, and I think it does work. So I think that is sort of an acceptable way to do things here. We've got those 2 bales of hay, and in theory one of them should be able to go into the machine now. So I think what you've actually got to do is you've actually got to move the bales of hay in order to get them to be activated and accepted by the machine. It might be, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we have run out of time, so tomorrow we're done now with the cows for a bit. So we don't need to worry about them. They've got all the food and water and everything they could possibly want, and we get 3 days, so that's half of winter. Now, we've got them dealt with for half of winter. We'll have to come back and deal with them again in another couple of days, but for now, they're fine. So I'm just going to get started on this, start it up again, get the rest of these wood chips into storage, or at least get what I can into storage. And then tomorrow, we're going to take a look at joining some of these fields together. That is our next task, is whichever fields we can, we want to be joining together. Now, we did get a plough at the beginning of this series, which was a smaller plough. It was a 5-furrow reversible plough that was really good. It was one of the FS17 competition mods, and we did use that one. Now, I quite like that plough, but I think it might be a little bit small. There is a Lemkin plough, I think it's 7-furrow reversible plough that we could use. However, I've used that one quite a bit. I've got that one working in the time-lapse series, and I have previously used it in, I didn't use it previously in time-lapse, actually. But I'm using it currently in the time-lapse series, and I've used it in other Let's Plays. The Jimper plough, the wide one, which is actually a subsoiler, I didn't want to use that one either because we've used that one quite a bit before, and because it's not technically a plough, it is a subsoiler. On the other hand, I was then thinking, well, actually, a subsoiler is probably not too bad. If you're going for an area that's not been used as a field very much before, or used as a field at all, and has actually been a field boundary, chances are it's more compacted than the actual field. So using a set subsoiler could very well be the right approach. So I'm going to give that some more serious thought, and I do actually have another plough lined up, which we're going to test first, and then we'll see if we like that plough and we keep it for all of it, or if we decide to switch over to one of the wider Jimper ploughs and subsoil the ground instead of just ploughing it. But that's all to come tomorrow. Today, remember, the question for this week is what tractor brand, or what machinery brand would you like me to focus on when we get to South America? Now, I will prioritise anything from the DLC, but after that I want a brand that I will try to get all machinery from. Right, we've still got 95 litres in here. I'm thinking that means that we've actually filled everything up. 391,000. I think the mod actually takes 450,000. So we are running out of space, even if we haven't filled it up completely yet. And where is it? We need to find it a minute. There, wood chip storage 400,000. So yeah, we're just about full. So what tractor brand would you like me to use? What brand of machinery would you like me to use? Every single machine that I can, once we have got South America and we need to buy new stuff. So balers, trailers, combines, tractors, everything. We will prioritize one single brand over everything else. Which brand would you like me to use? Would you like it to be... Oop, hang on. Would you like it to be John Deere, New Holland, Case, Massey Ferguson, or Deutz? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. And choose carefully, because I will do my utmost to use every single machine that I can from the brand that you pick. And I really will. I will do my absolute best to make sure that that is the brand that we use for just about everything. So whichever one you choose, we could have a whole fleet of it right the way across our map in the next Let's Play. If you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.